Okay, so I'll just go back to what I was saying about the EA Sports ones. So I think I really enjoyed this one because I felt as a part of the team. When I got there in the morning, we got a email saying that we had to meet in 20 minutes, but just read through the PR briefing from EA Sports um, and just do a bit of Googling to find out a little bit about EA Sports and the history and things like that. So I did a bit of Googling and then we all met as a team. So I think everyone was there. And it was really interesting to see how they use a big whiteboard to just brainstorm ideas about how we would pitch this, what audience, how we would need to research into gaming, how we um, put on a bit of a group focus group to see what gamers think about, um, how they would like to have what they think about gaming and what they think about the new sort of online. I can't remember what it's called. I think when you have to pay, um, like on an app for a level each time, so you get the game for free, but then you have to pay each time for an app. So I I was able to submit some ideas to this, and I think I showed quite a bit of initiative and asked some good questions about this as well. And I was able to relate it to what I had Googled previously about EA Sports. So then, after we broke out into this meeting, it was my role to look at quite a few elements of this. So I had to look at the history of EA Sports, what sort of publicity that had in Australia and internationally as well, what events they had run in the past, any publicity sort of events that they had run. This was all for the new Tetris that's coming out later on in the year. So I had to do a lot of research, and I think that's what sort of um, made me a bit more interested in this rather than the other couple of projects that I was talking about, because I felt like this would actually sort of influence um, the steering of the publicity campaign in the end, and it wasn't just researching contacts and things like that. Um, so I guess in a nutshell, that was my main projects that I worked on. Um, it's a bit all over the place because it was, as I said, as things arose that I would have to work on things. Um, so I guess from the internship experience, I did actually learn a lot. Um, Kate had said to me when I met with her that it would be really admin based, because sometimes I just don't have time to talk you through everything and things like that. They have to maintain that level of professionalism for an intern can't just come along to a meeting here and there, because they, especially when you're working one time a week, they don't know enough about you. They probably, I guess, don't trust you enough. They don't want to just tell you to sit back, but that you might ask the wrong question or something to clients that are worth potentially a lot of money. So I did feel that I was very desk and office based. I would have really have liked to have gone out and been a part of meetings a bit more, even though it might have been a bit too hard. I think that's why I like the EA Sports campaign and being involved in that, because I really saw the side of PR that I see on TV shows and movies and things like that. So um, I did like that side of it. It, it was really interesting just to hear the chitter chatter that was going on between the office. Like, I mean, they do talk a lot. They ask questions across the office, so it was good to hear the lingo and things like that. It was interesting to hear about their event with the dog lover show that they had. How, although I wasn't involved in it, I could hear them talking about how they would focus their media pitches to the Herald Sun, like how they would have to find someone like a celebrity who was an avid dog lover, and maybe like a bit of a story that will pull on the heartstrings that will try and get people to come to their event. So it was actually really good, and I learnt a lot about that kind of thing. I also found it quite interesting to have a look at their actual documents. So I think I've included that in my report. I might have included one like how they do a pitch, what sort of documents that they have, and what it includes, what the target audiences are, and things like that. So I think that taught me a lot about what is involved in PR.